Yeah, all right, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do the color line detector assignment. In order to do this assignment, we're going to have to learn how to use two new blocks. And these blocks are found in the control section. If you click the gold colored dot here, the new blocks we're going to learn today are if, then. We're going to use this one, and we're going to use forever. These two commands allow the robot to make decisions. And, well, the if then will allow the robot to make decisions based on what it sees or what it can sense. And forever will allow it to continually make those decisions, not just make those decisions one time. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the playground. All right, we want the line detector playground. All right, now the assignment says we're going to start at point D. You can see right now our robot is here at point A. We want to start at point D. Now you can drive your robot over there, but there's an easier way of doing this. And you click this little icon right here. It looks like a cone. And then you click which one you want to start on. Now if you write this code correctly, it will run and work correctly from C, D, or E. I just picked D. Honestly, it doesn't matter to me which one you use as long as the code is written correctly. But I'm going to go ahead and pick D because that's what the assignment said. So now it says that the robot is going to detect what color these different lines are, and it's going to change its pen color to match whatever color it detects. So when it drives over green, it's going to mark green. When it drives over red, it's going to mark red. When it drives over blue, it's going to mark blue. Now, in order to get our robot to do that, we have to give it the ability to make a decision. We don't want to have to program, when you get to the green line, mark green. When you get to the red line, mark red. When you get to the green line again, mark green again. When you get to the blue line, because then when we'd move over to E, we'd have to change the order of our program. There's an easier way to write less code that will allow your robot to detect things and make a decision. And the block you're going to want for that is if then. Now before we get to that, we'll want our robot to start moving. So we're going to put in a drive forward command, and that will make our robot start moving so that it can get to the green line. And then what we want it to do is start looking for lines that are underneath it, deciding which color that line is, and then doing an action based on that detection. So I'm going to put this if then over here. Now what we'll need to do is fill in this shadowed area to let the robot know if whatever I put in this box happens, then it's going to do whatever command I put in this spot right here. So I'm going to scroll down to the light blue, and you'll see some of these have round edges, like timer in seconds has round edges. Some of them have triangle edges. This shadowed area for if then has triangles on the right and left, which means we can only use the commands that have triangles on the right and left. We cannot use the commands that are rounded on the right and left. Now we want the robot to use its camera, which is pointing down. Now, I know you can't see it based on how this is situated, but there's a camera that's attached to the robot and points straight down and can detect the different colored lines. And the way we're going to do that is this command right here. Now I know it says front eye. We want to change that to down eye. We're going to drag that and we're going to put it into this shadowed area right here. So the down eye camera, if it detects red, then what do I want the robot to do? I want the robot to make a red line. Now since we know what color is coming first, it's going to be green. But if we went to C it'd be a different color first. If we went to E, it would be a different color first. So for each color, I'm going to put move robot pen down. That way, oops, I went to the wrong section. That way it won't matter which one comes first. No matter which one it detects, it's going to move the robot pen down, which will allow it to start marking a line. Now when it detects red, we want it to be a red line. So I'm going to choose set robot pin color and change that to red. Now when the robot sees the red line, it's going to mark with the red pen. Okay, let's see if that happens. We're going to go ahead and test it. So the robot starts driving, it sees the red line, but it's not marking anything. It has not made any marks at all. Well, why didn't it make any marks? Well, when the robot first started, it drove forward, and then it moved on to this command right here. And it said, okay, if I see red, I'm going to follow this command and mark red. Well, the first thing it saw was green. It didn't see any red. And so it just went right on past it. No, I didn't see red. I'm going to move right on past it. Well, there's nothing left, so it just kept driving forward. So what you want it to do is continually check. It's always looking back. Have I found red yet? 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 And the way we do that is this other block I was telling you about, which is the forever loop. We're going to put that here so that the if goes inside of it. Think of this like math. The forever is a set of parentheses. The if is a set of parentheses inside the parentheses. Now, the robot, as long as the code is running forever, until the end of time, is going to keep checking to see if it sees red underneath it. So now watch, when I push play, it's not doing anything, but now it's seen the red line, and it's going to go ahead and mark the red line. It's not changing for green and blue because I haven't told it to do anything for green and blue yet. But this is how you make the robot continually check for the line underneath it, the color underneath it. Now, I want it to also mark blue if it sees blue. Now, here's the number one mistake people will make. They're going to take another forever block and drag it over here. Well, that doesn't make any sense. Forever lasts forever. The robot can't ever stop this forever loop. It will run forever until the end of time. If I let this go for an infinite amount of time, for thousands of years, the robot will still run whatever's inside of this forever loop. It will never move past it. So you can't have anything outside of the forever loop because it will never stop the forever loop. So everything has to go inside of the forever loop. So what I would do is I would grab another if-then, put it inside the forever loop, but I don't want it inside this if statement. I want it to be separate. So I want it to go right here. And now I'm going to do the same thing I did before with the red, but the command I'm going to drag over this time is going to look for blue, and I'm going to put that in there. And then I'm going to tell the robot, well, this is what I want you to do when you see the blue line. And then I'm going to need another one for when it detects red. I'm sorry, I already did red. For when it detects green. And I'm going to put that in here too. And then whenever it sees green, it will do whatever command I tell it there. Once you've got those three inside the forever loop, you only need to put them in there once. You won't need to put them in there multiple times. And it doesn't matter which one comes first because the robot's always checking back. What color am I seeing? Red, green, or blue? Red, green, or blue? Red, green, or blue? It's always checking. And it checks way faster than I can actually say it. It checks hundreds of times per second to see what is underneath it. So that's how you're going to get the robot to make a decision and keep detecting to try and so that it can keep making that same decision. You need the forever loop. You need 3 of the if-then statements. Now once you get this code done, the pen color will change based on each square or each rectangle if you've done it correctly. And at that time you can bring it up to me at my desk, show it to me, and I will grade it for you.